My name is Brendan Appel. I'm from Glenview, Illinois, which is just outside Chicago. And my car is a 2017 Grand Sport. It's number 865 out of 935 that they produced that year. So this is one of 200 manual transmission collector's edition cars. I have added a few little things to it. So it's got track wheels on it right now with Nitto tires. They're much wider in front. Instead of 285 wide, it's 315 wide in the front and then 335 wide in the rear, which is the same as stock, but down to 18 inches, much lighter wheels, much better for the racetrack. And other than that, there's a cross pipe in it, which makes it sound nice and loud. Stage 2 spoiler in front, stage 2 out the back. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. We've got a glass roof in it now. I also have the standard roof that comes with it as well, so we've got the dual roof package. And then I've sort of cleaned up GM's failure to do the full blue treatment. So the collector's edition got you the blue stripes and the blue seats and the blue trim on the inside, but they failed to do blue decals and emblems. So I fixed that for them. That's what I was trying to come up with, what I thought this color was. Chevy calls it tension blue. I like it as Smurf blue. This is where it all happens. I love the carbon fiber trim in here, and you get this collector's edition badge down here that tells you the number of your car. Obviously my ProClip is right there. It's so perfect because it just blends in with the car. I never even think about it anymore. So I've been using ProClip since 2014. And when I'm on track, I can also have up my track apps and just time myself, and I know it's secure, it's safe, it's not going anywhere, and it's not in the way of me shifting at all. So it is the perfect solution for me, and I have recommended it to just about everybody. And it doesn't affect anything. I can pull this thing out, it comes out easily, easier than you would think being as stable as it is. So I mean, it's a very well designed product. But this is a great place to be when you just want to drive, have fun, and relax at the same time. When you want to do that, you just throw it into a high gear and just sort of sit back, and it becomes a perfect GT cruiser. Racetracks are where I love to spend pretty much every minute of my free time if I could do it. And this is the best car I've been able to get out on a racetrack so far. I've been on a lot of racetracks since 2006. So I started at Road America, which is kind of not where you want to start because that's a giant racetrack, but I had great instruction at that point. And I've been to 2 racing schools out in Spring Mountain, which is in Pahrump, Nevada. That's the Corvette racing school. So the nice thing is when you buy a new Corvette, they give you a discounted racing school to go with it. So you can go out to Nevada, you can really learn how to control the car from professionals. They have a great program out there. So I've been there twice, graduated to level 2 school, and had plenty of help in the right seat at various track days. So my favorite aspect of the car, I have to have 2. So one is the power. The power is awesome. It's 460 horsepower, 465 foot-pounds of torque, and it's immediate. So you don't have to wait for it. It's not like it's a turbo and you gotta wait for the turbos to spool up. It's anywhere and everywhere. You hit the gas and it goes. And mated to it is my other favorite part, is the 7-speed manual transmission. And the reason you don't see a C8 sitting right here right now is because you cannot get a manual transmission in a C8. And I think that eventually this is gonna be kind of like the last manual Ferraris, in that if they never go back to a manual in the Corvette for the C8 or later models, people are really gonna love to go back and get an earlier Corvette with the manual. And this was basically the last manual transmission Corvette that you might ever get. It's just an insanely good stick shift, The engagements are great, the clutch is great. It has much bigger brakes in front, much better cooling. The rear cooling is phenomenal. It's got this big brake duct you can see on the back. And I've never, ever had a brake issue whatsoever after going to the Grand Sport. And then I'm also part of a group called Sons of Speed, which does a lot of fun stuff with a lot of cool cars. The interesting thing about Sons of Speed is that I formed it with two of my friends, Paul Harold and Chris Balmus, and we've been lifelong friends. And all of our dads love cars, and all of our dads passed that love of cars down to us. We came together and we said, look, we love cars and we love talking about cars and we love shooting videos about cars. Why don't we come up with a channel or a blog or something? And so Sons of Speed was born in 2015 out of that love of cars. And it's one of our best videos. In fact, our #1 video is the 20 things that we love about this car. And so well over 100,000 views. People keep coming back to it. And another one is how to change your oil in one of these cars. So I love doing all the work on this car myself. There's very little I won't do to this car. Changing the oil, no problem. Diff fluid, brakes, brake rotors. We've got videos on how to do all of that stuff on the channel. I have a lift in my garage. It makes life a lot easier. But yeah, I know the work is done right because I'm doing it, and it's really rewarding to get out in the garage, work on the car yourself, and clean it yourself, and detail it yourself. It's those moments when you can pass a car that you know is faster, like a Porsche GT3 or something like that. Those are the moments that it's kind of like golf when you hit a good golf shot. It's the one that brings you back. Well, when you pass a faster car on the racetrack, that's the moment that always brings you back. When you nail a perfect downshift, when you hit the perfect apex, when you best your previous best lap time around that racetrack, those are the moments that bring you back. You can go fast if you just put it in the right environment, and you can have a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, you just have a big smile on your face, and what else can you hope for in a car like this?